So our next concept is classifications of hydroelectric power plants or hydroelectric power stations. So see here, the hydroelectric power stations are classified based on the three important parameters. What are those means? First one, availability of water in the pre-designed water storage system, and next availability of water head in the dam. Next, according to load type, that means how amount of load is connected on the power plants. It is base load or it is peak load. Depending upon that type of load, these hydroelectric power plants can also classify. So if we can observe the first one, based on the availability of water flow. So here it is the availability of water flow, where the first parameter is availability of water flow, not water, availability of water flow. So here, based on the availability of water flow, the hydroelectric power stations are classified as runoff river power plant without pondage and runoff river power plant with pondage. Finally, reservoirs type of power plants. So here, if you can observe the first one, that is runoff river power plant without pondage. Here, runoff river plant without pondage means here there is no storage of water in a special area. That means here the power plant is directly connected to the rivers or lakes through a canals. That means the penstocks are directly connected to the rivers or lakes through a canal. That means here the availability of water capacity is less. That's why the power generation also less here. The capacity of power generation also lesser when used these type of power plants. But to construct this type of power plants, the cost is less. That's why these type of power plants are very cheap. The next type is runoff river power plant with pondage. That means here the hydroelectric power plants are not directly connected to the rivers. In between them, storage area is there. In that storage area, the water can be stored from the water taken by the rivers. That means here, due to this pondage, the storage capacity of the water can be increased. The availability of water flow can also increase. That's why the power generation capability also more. Especially these type of power plants are used in fluctuating load. Fluctuating load means here suddenly the load can be increases. The water availability can be taken from these ponds are available in the power plants connected to the reservoir, not reservoir, here it is connected to the storage area of water, that is like ponds. So next one is reservoirs type of power plants. In our world, most of the power plants are reservoirs type of power plants. Why we are using reservoirs means, in the reservoir, the availability of water storage area is more, and we want to create more potential energy of water or the height of water by constructing the dams. The dams are constructed only with the possibility of reservoirs. That's why reservoir is required. All hydroelectric power plants are of the type of reservoir. Because of this can increases the storage capacity of plant and capacity of water flow. Finally, the potential energy stored in the water can also move. Finally, the electric power generated in the hydroelectric power station is also more. That's why these reservoir type of hydroelectric power plants are used during peak consumption of electricity as well as during the base period. Base period means actual demand in the distribution system. The base demand of the distribution system. That type of base demand can be served by this reservoir type of power plants. That's why these are the three types of hydroelectric power plants based on the availability of water flow through the hydraulic system of hydroelectric power plants. The next criteria is based on the availability of water heights. That means the height of water in the reservoir with respect to the dam here. Depending upon the water height, the hydroelectric power plants are classified as low head hydroelectric power plants, medium head hydroelectric power plants, finally high head hydroelectric power plants. So that means here, what is meant by low head hydroelectric power plants? When the head of the height of the water in the dam is less than 25 meters, such a type of power plants are called as hydroelectric power plants. So that means here, to create this head, a small height of dams can be built in the reservoir. So here, for this type of power plants, we can generate less power, and to drive this low head water flow, we can use vertical shaft Francis or Kaplan turbine. These are run with low speed, and finally the mechanical energy generated is also less. Finally, electrical power generation can also less. But in order to construct a Francis or Kaplan turbine is not at low cost. Those are very expensive. That's why those are some of the drawbacks in the low head hydroelectric power plants. The next one is medium head hydroelectric power plants. Medium head means when the height of water in the dam are in between 25 meters to 100 meters, such power plants is called medium head power plants. So here the potential energy stored in the dam is more compared to the low head power plant. Then a medium power generation takes place in the medium head hydroelectric power plants. That's why here we can use Francis turbines in this type of power plants. These are runs with some required high speed. Then the base power can be generated in the medium head hydroelectric power plants. Next one is high head hydroelectric power plants. High head means the height of the water in the reservoir or dam is above 100 meters. Such type of plants are called as hydroelectric power plants. That means the water capacity is more, potential energy of water is more. That means maximum reserves are there. Finally, maximum amount of mechanical energy we can obtain. Finally, maximum amount of electrical energy is generated. That's why we can meet the peak load demand by using this type of power plants. Pelton wheel turbines are used in this hydroelectric power plants. Why? Because which can develop high mechanical energy, and those can withstand this high kinetic energy of water. That's why we can use Pelton wheel turbines. The next criteria is according to the load type. According to the load type, the hydroelectric power plants are classified as base load type hydroelectric power station, peak load type hydroelectric power station, finally pumped storage type of hydroelectric power station. So that means here base load type hydroelectric power station means in this type of power station, this can only meet the base load demand, which does not meet peak load demand. That means here only sufficient amount of water is there in this power plant. That's why which can meet the base portion of the demand and which has base portion of the load curve. That's why these are called base load type hydroelectric power station. Next, peak load type hydroelectric power station. Peak load type hydroelectric power station means, if you can observe, the demand in the power system is not constant. Sometimes it is low, sometimes it is constant, sometimes it is peak. That's why here the power plants can also serve as the peak demand. But The peak demand is not continuous 24 hours. Some situation they can occur. That's why water can also readily available in the hydroelectric power station. That's why we can use the surge tanks and some ponds. That's why here these peak load hydroelectric power stations are built at any situation. They are ready to meet the peak load demand on the power system. That's why it's require a big capacity of water storage facility. Next, pumped storage type hydroelectric power station. What is mean by this pumped storage? Generally, the water carried by the penstocks are released to the turbine buckets or blades. Then the kinetic energy of water can be converted into mechanical energy by the turbines. But when the water can be strikes on the blades of turbine from the penstocks, they can leaving from the tail race. They can leaving to the tail race from the penstock final ends. Sorry, turbine ends. When the water jet can strikes the blades of turbine, finally they can leaving from the turbine blades to the tail race. Again, that tail race water can be pumped to the head race. That means reservoir. Again, they can be released to the reservoir with the help of head race by using pumped storage mechanisms. In this pumped storage mechanism, we can increase the water storage capacity. That means we can recycle the water with the help of synchronous motors. Due to this, at every instant of time, the water capacity can be increased, then which can easily meet the peak load demand on the hydroelectric power station. That's why these pumped storage type hydroelectric power stations are used to meet the peak load type demand on the hydroelectric power stations. Generally, hydroelectric power stations are base load plants because of water availability is constant. I am not talking about heavy rainfall situation. In general case, in nuclear power plant also, those are base load power plants because of there is a saturation is required in the heat produced by the reactors. We want controlled chain reaction. That's why saturation of heat energy release is required. If we are increase the heat from the chain reaction, the chain reaction is uncontrolled. Finally, the nuclear power plant may goes to explosion. That's why the heat developed by the nuclear reactor is constant. That's why the power generation is also constant. That's why nuclear power stations are also base load power plants, and the thermal power plants are only peak load power plants. Why? Because by increasing the coal burning, heat energy can also increase. Their steam increases. Finally, mechanical energy increases. Finally, electrical energy can also increase. When peak load is occur in the power system or power stations, the thermal power plant can easily service this peak load by increasing the fuel burning, coal burning. That's why thermal power plant can only the peak load power plant. Remaining are the base load power plants like hydel power station and nuclear power station. So these are the various types of hydroelectric power stations. And next one is choice of site for hydroelectric power station. Here some of the considerations are there to select the installation of hydroelectric power station, construct the hydroelectric mechanisms. First one is availability of water. So this is the fundamental criteria to build a hydroelectric power station. That means the main requirement of the hydroelectric power generation is water. That's why the hydroelectric power station is constructed where the water is available. Where the water is available means much more water resources is available. Is only at the river sides. Those rivers are available in hilly areas. That's why these hydroelectric power stations are constructed in hilly areas. for the more amount of water flow. Next, storage of water. To increase the power demand suddenly, if necessary, some storage requirement is required for the hydroelectric power station, like reservoirs or ponds. That is the necessity of storage of water. That's why reservoirs or ponds are constructed. Next one, cost and the type of load. The installed place of hydroelectric power station cost is less. It is very essential. And also, the type of land can withstand the weight of the equipment used in the hydroelectric power station. Next, transportation facilities. The transportation is very much essential for the transportation of equipments to build a hydroelectric power station. The transportation is by roadways or railways, or by truck, by road or railways, trains. So these are the some of the consideration to select a site for the construction of hydroelectric power station. And next, coming to the advantages of hydroelectric power station. Here there is no pollution. It is a pollution-free hydroelectric power. It is a pollution-free power station to generate electric energy, because of there is no smoke and ash, and it is quite neat and clean power station. That is one of the main advantages of hydroelectric power station. Next one is the running charges are small in hydroelectric power station, because of water is the source of energy and which is available at free of cost. Why? Because of rivers are there. We have rivers. In those rivers, huge amount of water is there. Next one is hydroelectric power station is comparatively simple in construction and requires less maintenance, because of which does not require any careful manner of nuclear reactors, and which does not require a coal burning mechanism and coal handling mechanism. It is simply water flow mechanism it requires. That's why which is simple in construction and requires less maintenance. There is no fire cases, there is no burning cases, there is no heat production mechanism in the hydroelectric power station. That's why it is less maintenance. It has less maintenance. Next one is SPS does not require a long starting time like a steam power station and a diesel power station. At instantly, these power plants are put into service, because of huge amount of kinetic energy then flows through the penstock. The water flow is smooth. The kinetic behavior of water is very high through the penstocks, and mechanical energy can be produced instantly, and the electric generators can generate electric energy by converting such type of mechanical energy came from the turbines. That's why here instantly this can put into service. Instantly they can generate power. Next, hydroelectric power plant serves many purposes. That means not only for hydroelectric power generation. The dams are constructed for the controlling of floods, and this water can also use it for the irrigation purpose. That's why here multidisciplinary aspects, the dams are constructed in hydroelectric power stations. And some of the disadvantages are also there in hydroelectric power stations. Those are which involves high capital cost due to the construction of the dam. Huge amount of investment is there for the construction of dam in hydroelectric power station. Next one is here for the hydroelectric power station, water is required. This water is uncertainty components. That means the availability of water is not constant, which can be varied with respect to the weather condition. That's why here more calculations are required for the power generation depending upon the availability of water in the reservoir. Next one is skilled and experienced hands are required to build the power plants, because of here large length of penstocks are required, such tank is required. Skilled and experienced technical persons are required to build the power plants. Finally, it requires high cost of transmission lines because of which are located in hilly areas and also quite away from the conduits. Here, thermal power plants are located at the outcut places of city or town. Diesel power plants are also there. Nuclear power plants are also there. But hydroelectric power plants are constructed at the hilly area. That means these locations are very long from the populated areas, and due to the hilly region, the transmission system design is also complex. These are one of the main drawback of the hydroelectric power station. And these are some of the advantages and disadvantages of hydroelectric power stations. And coming to the geographical nature of hydroelectric power station, in our AP, we have Upper Sealeru hydroelectric power station, which has 120 megawatt of power generation, existing power generation. Srisailam 770 megawatts. Kurnool, Srisailam Kurnool, Sealeru in Vizag, Lower Sealeru, Vizag, which has installed capacity 460 megawatts. And Nagarjuna Sagar, it is a Nagarjuna Sagar project, which is at 30 megawatt power generation. Right bank canal, external. And Nagarjuna Sagar, one more canal is there. From this 50 megawatt existing power generation is there, not installed capacity. General power generation capacity, base load power generation. Indira Sagar, it is undergoing project on Polavaram. It is undergoing projects. It is under construction, whose capacity is 960 megawatts. These are the power plants, hydroelectric power plants, which are exist in our AP. Next, hydroelectric power stations in our India. These are the list of hydroelectric power stations. Tehri Dam hydroelectric power station, which is constructed on Bhagirathi river, that means Ganga river, which is at Uttarakhand. Installed capacity 2,400 megawatts. Srisailam Dam on Krishna, it is in AP, Krishna river. Installed capacity 1,670 megawatts. Nagarjuna Sagar is on Krishna river in AP. Installed capacity 965 megawatts. Sardar Sarovar Dam, which is on Narmada river, existed in Gujarat. Installed capacity 1450 megawatts. Baspa 2 Dam, which is on Baspa river, which is existed in Himachal Pradesh. Installed capacity 300 megawatts. Nathpa Jatri, which is on Satluj river, which is existed in Himachal Pradesh, whose capacity is 1500 megawatts. Finally, Bakra Dam, which is on Satluj river, existed in Punjab, and capacity is 1325 megawatts. Finally, Pando Dam, which is on Bias river, existed in Himachal Pradesh, installed capacity 990 megawatts. These are only some of the hydroelectric power plants which are existed in India, and the dams are constructed in their respective rivers. And finally, in our world, totally 57,000 of large dams are constructed, and the highest capacity of hydroelectric power is 22.5 gigawatts, which is constructed in China, which was installed in China. This is about hydroelectric power station. Thank you. So next we are go for some of the definitions which are involved in hydroelectric power stations. Those are, first one is mass curve. What is mean by mass curve means? Mass curve is a plot of cumulative turbine of water. Sorry, mass curve is a plot which is drawn between cumulative volume of water that can be stored from a stream flow versus time in a days. That means simply the cumulative volume of water stored in the reservoir with respect to the time. So this time is either days or months. So that's why here this curve is drawn between cumulative water stored in a reservoir to the time. That means which is cumulative water versus the time. How much time they are stored. When time increases, the water stored in the reservoir can also increase. When rainfall is there or stream is there. When rainfall increases means what happens? The water stored in the reservoir can also increases with respect to time. That's why which is a curve like this. So up to after some time which can be saturated again which can be increases, finally which is saturated. That means this is the relationship between the cumulative volume of water that can be stored in a reservoir with respect to the time period. This is the definition of a mass curve. Next definition is hydrograph. What is mean by hydrograph? Hydrograph is a plot of water level of rate of flow of water as a function of time here. That means this graph is drawn between water level or rate of flow. This rate of flow is also called as discharge. So here the graph which can be drawn between rate of flow or discharge of water versus time. That means see here. So here when time increases, the discharge or rate of flow of water can also increase. For the power generation, after supply, the amount of flow of water can be reduced. After supplied the full amount of water, after some time what happens? The stored water can be reduced. That's why here the discharge or rate of flow can also decreases after this period. So that's why anyway hydrograph is defined as the which is a plot against the water discharge or rate of flow of water or discharge of water with respect to the time like this. So next one is the expression for power from hydroelectric power station. So the power developed in the hydroelectric power plant can be expressed as P is equal to Q into rho into G into H into eta, where P is the mechanical power in kilowatt, Q is the flow rate in pipe or discharge in meter cube per second, rho is equal to density in kg per meter cube, G is the acceleration of gravity in meter per second square, generally which value is 9.8 or otherwise approximately which is equals to 10. Finally, eta is the global efficiency ratio. This value can be varied between 0.7 to 0.9. Anyway, this is the expression for power from hydropower. By using this expression, we can calculate how much power is generated from the hydroelectric power source. Here, thank you.